Hey everyone, it's Miss Gibbs. Today we are going to start our complementary color flowers by tracing our circle template. Remember to hold it down while you move the pencil around it. And write your name if it's not already on it. The first thing we will do with our paint, we have our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, is we're going to paint our primary colors in each of the circles, starting with, really I would say the yellow, but I started with the red here. So we're going to paint in our first circle. You don't have to be exactly in the line, so don't stress out about that. Don't stress out about art at all, in fact. But here, we're going to be cutting them out. So really, you don't need to be perfectly in the lines. Then we do dirty water, then the clean water. Remember, dirty water first. Put your brush all the way to the bottom so you feel those bumps on your brush. That is the hot glue that I have at the bottom. That helps get the paint off. So we do dirty water, clean water, and then you're going to do an X on SpongeBob. That gets the extra water off. Then you pick your next color. And then dirty water, clean water, X on SpongeBob every time we change colors. And you do your last color. Dirty water, clean water, X on SpongeBob. Now we're going to mix our secondary colors. So we're going to start with a little bit of red. We're going to mix it right on our paper. Then you're going to grab the yellow and put it right on top of the red. Just put a tiny bit of red and mostly yellow. And you're going to mix as you paint. That's the only time you'll hear me tell you not to wash your brush in between changing colors. Now that we're mixing a new color, we'll do our dirty water, clean water, X on SpongeBob. And we're ready to mix our next color. Make sure all the paint is off of it. We're going to start with some yellow. Don't get the yellow that has red in it. And then you're going to grab some blue. Mix it right on your paper and see what you get when you mix those two colors together. Remember, since we are mixing these colors, our primary colors together, we are making our secondary colors. That's where secondary colors come from. The colors that are in between the colors on the color wheel. We're going to mix some red and blue next. So I'm going to grab a little bit of blue, grab a little bit of red. Again, you saw I did my dirty water, clean water X on SpongeBob before changing colors. Remember to always do that before you change colors. And now I have another secondary color. Now we're going to cut the circles out since they've had some time to dry. These don't have to be perfect, so please don't try to get them perfect. Don't be sloppy, but it's okay if you're not exactly on the line because our petals are going to cover them. Next, we will cut our petals. Start out by cutting those colors into 3 sections. When we cut our petals out, you can do different shapes with these petals. They don't have to be all exactly the same size. And they don't have to be perfect either. So I'm going to cut as many petals from each color as I can. And you will see how I change the shape of the petals slightly for each color that I do. And make sure, see I'm trimming off the excess here that has a bit of the other color on it. There's going to be a spiky flower here. And then I'm cutting the last color, trimming off that excess that has a little bit of the color that was next to it on it. And here's another style of petal that you can try, or you can come up with your own. That's even better. Now we are going to glue down the centers of our flowers. Make sure you spread them out so they're not all next to each other. We need to have room for our petals. And hold them down to make sure that they are sticking. And when we glue our petals down, we're going to glue them down with the colors that they go with. These are the colors that are opposite them on the color wheel. So our complementary color that goes with red is green. Our complementary color that goes with blue is orange. And our complementary color that goes with yellow is purple. So we have our primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, and our secondary colors, green, orange, and purple.